Hey, welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I've made a video. 2017 was the last time I posted, almost 4 years ago, and a lot has happened since that time. Just the fact that, you know, with the quarantines, the time at home, the time to self-reflect, you know, for myself, I've you know, gotten back into film photography. And a lot of it has to do with, you know, I'm seeing a large uptick in film photography channels. Giving a shout out to people like Willem Verbeek and Valandis and Grainy Days and Bray Hunzinger are some of my favorite channels to watch. But, you know, it made me think about, like, you know, I grew up taking film photography. I'm kind of in this generation they like to call the Zennial or the Oregon Trail generation, where really saw the transition of all these things, right? Of, you know, all through high school, I was shooting film exclusively, and college is really for me when things started to shift, where I started to get little like Sony Handycams, but I was still shooting film all the way up until my senior year, which was in 2006, and my class was the very last class that actually had a darkroom, and we spooled our own film, and we developed it, and we made prints in the darkroom, and it was in the enlarger in the darkroom, and it was very exciting, and I'm very thankful I had that opportunity. But after that, pretty much didn't shoot a whole lot of film for basically from almost 2006 to 2018. Aside from a few rolls here and there, a couple of disposable cameras, didn't really shoot a whole lot of film. But some of these people on YouTube have really inspired me to get back into it. And with the pandemic and starting in 2020, as I really shot a lot of film over the last year and a half. So what I thought would be fun is back in 2005, I actually went on a trip with a lot of it was from people from my high school. I took with me my Nikon N65 film camera, and a buddy of mine, John, took his new Canon Digital Rebel, otherwise known as the Canon, I think it was the 300D, or in Japan it's called the Canon Digital Kiss. And it was the first digital camera under $1,000 SLR camera. So here are the two cameras we shot with. So if you look at, we got the Canon Digital Rebel. What's fascinating about this camera, it came out in 2003, and nowadays you can get this. This is the EOS Rebel. It's a 6.3 megapixel camera. 300D is the other name for it. You can buy one for 30 bucks on eBay. So 30, 40 bucks. Some of these are not the right camera, but it's definitely it's this guy here. Versus the Nikon N65, which is the camera I took, you know, about 30 bucks right now. 50 bucks, 40, 49 bucks. So roughly the same price for these two cameras, one film versus digital. So I thought it'd be so fascinating. I was so curious. I thought it'd be fun to kind of take a look at some of my pictures, especially the photos where we're either standing in the same spot and taking the photo, or ones where it's the same subject. It might be a little bit different, like angle and composition, but I thought it'd be fun to take a look at those photos and compare them. So before I go into it, you know, like right now, this is actually my current main 35mm shooter. This is the Nikon N80, but the Nikon N65 is a little bit of a downgrade of this, but same concept. And when I went, I took 16 rolls of Fujifilm Superia Extra 400. This came out in 2003, and so this was only 2 years after. And then when I was there, I shot all my rolls, and the last like day and a half ran out, so I bought 3 rolls of Kodak Gold 200. So that is, I shot a total of 19 rolls on this trip. All right, next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show the journey of my trip and show the photos side by side across the various different cities. Went to about, I think 9 or 10 different towns across Italy and Greece, and showing the photos side by side. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, found it interesting or cool to see, you know, so how technology changes so much over time. You know, I think what's fascinating about the digital to me is, you know, yes, you could fire more photos, but back then it's like, you know, the dynamic range, even today, even though it's advanced today, I feel like what attracts me back to film today is the dynamic range, is the way that light is handled on a negative versus on a sensor. But again, yes, you can take way more photos on a digital photo. The ironic thing about this trip is I actually took more film photos than John took of the digital photos. Let me see if I have the total number. I think I wrote it down somewhere. So John took a total of 430 digital images, and I took 477 film photos. So that probably had to do with the limitation of the memory card he had at the time. I mean, we didn't have, you know, the standard cards I use on my digital cameras are like 64 gigs, 128 gigs. Back then it was probably 4 gigs, maybe. I don't even know. So again, thank you so much for watching the video. If you found this interesting, if you enjoyed the content, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of this in the future, I have a whole schedule. I'm gonna be posting once a week again, and gonna be talking a lot about film photography, some digital photography, maybe some trips and travel and culture. So thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day.